Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Sagittarius. Okay. Like, we got a really good start. Let's see if we're going to keep it. Like, we have a really good start. Alright. Okay. The really good start I'm talking about is the Sun card. Whatever you're starting off, whatever you're getting involved in, whatever this is, looks great. A lot of high hopes, a lot of like, this should work out. This person seems to be working, like, I work well with this person. This situation looks like it's dealable. I feel like one of the reasons you have the Sun card is because you're like very honest. Like, this isn't the perfect situation, but I'm not expecting it to be. But I feel like it can improve, and that's the Sun card going into this. It's like, it's not the perfect situation. I don't expect it to be this perfect situation, but I think it can be better. I think it can be a lot better than what it is, and I think I can help make that happen. And I'm feeling really good with this. So going into it with the Sun card is like, you know, I'm not expecting everything to be perfect, but I think we can make things better. And I'm feeling like people want to work with me on this, and we can really make things good. Now, you're also pulling on past experience with this. You've seen things, learned things, there's something you know. This is why you're feeling really good. Like, I know how this situation works, and I feel really good. Like, we can change this for the better. People seem to want to work with me. I think we're having a really good moment here. You bring creation into the environment. All right, this is how it's been going up till now. This is how we've been doing this. Let's tweak this a little bit, see how it goes. Let's tweak that a little bit, see how it goes. You're not changing everything at once, I'm also noticing. You're just kind of like, let's do a little here, let's do a little there, see how it goes, and keep melding it forward little by little. The thing is, when you start making changes, somebody else seems to match that energy. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. Because I'm getting the will with the power with the beauty. Somebody else wants to be the one who looks like they are the ones making the good choices. They want to be the one getting the credit. If they don't, it's either, if they don't get partial credit, they want all credit. One of the two. Either partial or all credit. So when you're making decisions and you're like, let's try a little bit of this, let's try a little bit of that, they're like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. On these other things, let's try this. And over there, let's try that. It's not as grounded as your plan. You have history. You have reasons for what you want to do. They're just kind of flying by the seat of their pants, like, well, let's just try this. Let's just try that. It's like they're just kind of, you know, winging it. You're not winging it. You know what you're doing and why. You have a reason behind it. They're just kind of like, well, before you get all the accolades for doing something, I want some accolades too, so let's just do this and let's just do that. It's just a weird energy. It's kind of like a competitive energy. They might think things can work out well, but they're not understanding that you are coming from a place of like reason. Like, there's a reason you want to do this. There's a reason you want to do that. It's just not like, you're not coming into it like, let's just try it, see what happens. They seem to think that's how it's going, though. That's not what's happening, though. That's not why you're doing what you're doing. Now, as you keep going forward, you have more decisions to make. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Queen of Cups. You know a lot about what's happening. You have to be careful about what you say to people. You got to be careful not to ruffle feathers. But there's like, when these two cards are together, I feel like you're constantly having to make decisions. And you constantly have to think about, wait a minute, what's happening here? How's that gone before when I've dealt with that? How do I think that's going to work? How does this one work with that one? Okay, we can try this with that one, but we have to be a little bit more careful with this one. Maybe we'll hold this to the side and let this keep going. That way, if that doesn't go well, this will hold it through. It takes a lot of brain work to do this because you're like, I got to be careful. I got to think about what I'm doing and how I'm moving this around. Constantly making decisions, constantly trying to fix things. The Queen of Cups is like, you're very invested, but you're trying to kind of pull back. And you're kind of trying to guide things forward, but you're trying not to tell people you have to do this. I don't feel like that's what you want to do. You're just more like going, let's kind of steer it over this way. And when you steer it over this way, how do you want to do that? that might work. I'm seeing this pitfall if you do it that way. If you go some other way, that might work. How else do you, if it goes this way, do you think that'll work? I mean, you could try it, but let's, like, you're kind of guiding. You're not, like, dictating. You seem like you're guiding. You seem to be very much on point with, like, the people I'm helping, if they want to do it, much better than if I tell them to do it. So you're trying to guide them in the way, like, let's see, how does this feel? How does that work? You're trying to help them get to it on their own. Now, what you're doing... Sorry, there's a big fly right there, which the cat doesn't see. Sorry, which is good. He's sleeping. I was like, I thought I was gonna get attacked in a minute here, by the cat. Queen of Pentacles, Two of Cups. Your efforts are making it good. See, there's like this lurking feeling, and I feel like it's connecting to this reading. That was very random, and I thought that fly was random, but I think this is talking about what's going on around you. Your part of this situation is working out well. Your part of this situation is cementing in, and it looks like it's going to stay and stick around. The other person's side is going through a lot. It's going too fast, for one. And I feel like there's pressure. Whatever they're trying to make happen, there's pressure to force it to work. Like, I feel like somebody's forcing something. Like, this does work. You make sure it works. And I tell you, if it doesn't work, you better wish it worked. I feel like that energy's there. So whatever this person is, whoever's doing this, they're forcing it. They're trying to force a situation, even though it's I feel like they're purposely pushing it forward quickly. Kind of like if it goes by quick enough, you won't realize it was messed up. Kind of like if you look at the painting quick enough and keep going, you won't realize it was just a blop. Like it was just a bunch of blops. Like if you look at it quick and then look away, you're going to think you saw like a burn or something. But when in truth, you just saw a lot of blops. A lot of blops on the canvas. It just was not right. This is going on around you, and I feel like they're trying to skip it around you. They're trying to skip it around the situation so they get credit, and people aren't thinking they're screwing off or something. I don't know. They're hiding it. There's like hiding it in plain sight. Like they're just moving it very fast. It's around you. You should be aware of it, but I feel like you're kind of like, well, I'm centering on what I'm doing, so I can't police what they're doing. I have to do what I'm doing. I feel like this is going to affect your situation, though, because as it keeps coming forward, whatever they're doing is coming forward and it's causing you some issue, but not enough. Not enough. Like, you're starting to realize that what they're doing isn't working, but your side is still. Whatever you're doing is working. It's unexpected that there's problems like over there, like whatever they're doing over there, that's not right, and you can see it, and you're hearing about it, but you're like, what I'm doing is fine. I'm doing fine. I like, that's their business. If they want to, I feel like that's how you're handling it. Like, that's their business. That's their business, so they got to handle it the way they want to. But I'm getting like the unexpected with the nine of cups. You're not expecting it to shake up your situation, but I'm getting it will shake up your situation. The failures happening over there are going to bleed over on your situation. As soon as you realize what's going on, you need to find out what's going on and get the details, and you got to start helping that sort out, because sooner or later you're going to end up there anyway, and the sooner you get into it, the sooner you can help that move the right way, and the less it's going to impact what you've already done right. Because I'm getting somebody's trying to hold back. They're trying to force it. They're trying to force it. This is one of the times where I feel like strength isn't really working to this person's advantage. They're a very strong person. Could be very stubborn. The thing is, the reason I'm saying that is it's coming in with the Devil card. The strength with the Devil card is somebody's like, I'm going to persevere. I'm going to force this through. It's going to work out. Sooner or later, it'll just fit. It'll be fine. I just got to keep pushing. And I'm getting like they're coming to the spot where they might have more failure than anything else. Like, when this is on its side, it's basically saying like there might be just this more failure than anything else. It could be failure to the point where just there's no interest anymore. It's kind of like the lack of interest. Even if there's something good, it doesn't matter. See, it's just, it feels like, because when it's right side up, there's good there. It's just hard to see it. But when it's on its side, it's kind of like, I feel like it's centering on the good, but the good isn't good enough, and it's not going to be good enough. And I feel like when it's on its side, that's how we're looking at it. Like, there's good here, and they're focusing on that, but it's not good enough to get them where they need to go. Sooner or later, that's going to hold you up. You got the Hanged Man with the Page of Swords. It's going to hold you up, and you're not going to be able to move forward, and you're going to have to start piecing together, what do I need to do to fix this? what do I need to, is there anything I can do to fix this? Like, what do I need to do to get involved in that? Why do I have to get involved in that? I feel like that's starting to come forward too. Like, why do I have to do that too? Like, that shouldn't be affecting my situation, but it is. That's how I'm feeling. I feel like for this situation to start getting back on plan and back in productive motion again, you got to come forward with the self-reflection and the Four of Cups. Self-reflection is like not self-reflection for what you're doing, self-reflection for what they're doing. Like helping them self-reflect. And I feel like you don't want to do this. Yeah, I feel like you don't want to do this. You don't want to go over there and say, all right, what did you do? Tell me how you got here. Tell me why you chose that. And I feel like they're going to have a little bit of defensiveness with that. What do you mean, why did I do that? I was just trying to make things better. I feel like something like why do you mean, why did I do that? I feel like it's defensive. Because I feel like you're going to have to explain, like, well, on my side, I made this choice because I've gone through this, that, and the other thing, so I knew that was going to kind of go a good way. And this other choice I made that because I've gone through this, that, and the other thing with that. So this is how I got where I am today. So I'm just trying to understand, like, your thought process, why you thought that was going to work out and why you thought this was going to work out. And the more defensive they get, I feel like that's just a heads up to you that they didn't really have a plan. They just wanted to get some credit, so they just thought, oh, I'll just try something, see if it works out. That was really all I'm feeling behind it. Once you realize that there's nothing behind it, step away from that moment and just be like, well, let's see going forward, like what other possibilities could we have? Let's see what type of plan we can make. And you can use your own experience and you can try to encourage them to use their own experience, trying to figure out, well, what else could we do here? Once you realize that the history of this doesn't have a lot to stand on for rationalization for choosing what they did, just move forward and try to create something the way you would like look at it, like, well, I've kind of dealt with this before, and the way this is going, I understand that was tried and didn't really work, and that's okay. Going from here forward, this is what I go, and because this is what I've seen happen before, and this is how I think this could go better, and just start going at it that way and see if they can kind of lend in. Let go of the past is what I'm getting. Once you acknowledge it and realize that they didn't really have anything to stand on, because it feels like they need to realize that you do, and they need to see the error of that. Just once that moment has come forward, because I'm not really sure they're going to admit it to you, but you're going to, like, the more defensive they get, the more that I feel like that's literally the best indicator you're going to get that that's what's happening. Just move into the future, make things work out, fix things. This is not going to be something, you're not going to enjoy this. I don't feel like you're going to like this. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I feel a lot of this, like, this isn't right that I have to fix this. I feel like there's a lot of that energy here. Like, this isn't right that I have to fix this, but if I want my side to go back, like the things I've been working on to get back in line and get back into production the way they were, I got to fix this side so my side can be left alone and go back to the way it was. So I feel like you're going to have to get involved sooner or later anyway. The sooner you see it, the sooner you get involved, the less it's going to hold you up. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.